is up and good. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And then he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. But Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. Fields hit, and the ball is loose. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
21-0, our score after 1. So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. Here's Fields. Forced out to his left. Pass to Bellinger on the crossing route. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Fields now to throw. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To the air again, Fields. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown of this first half. A 2nd one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Come get some. Come out here. Come get some. He don't want it. 44's the mic. 44's mic. Check. And here we go. Watch.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. There's Mooney with another catch. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Flush to his right. And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bears continue to pull away here in this first half. So the touchdown there, and that play, the tap pass, so simple, Charles, on the face of it, but what makes it so difficult for defenses to stop?
I think it's the precision and the quickness in which the play occurs, because the snap gets to the quarterback. He's essentially playing volleyball with it, just immediately just shoveling it forward. And when that receiver is at a full head of steam, if you don't take the edge away, he's got a chance to get to the corner and get upfield. But if you take the edge away, that's your chance to disrupt that play.
And no disruption there, that's for sure, as it winds up 6 points. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. On second down, a run with Patterson. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The offense on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. He's going to look deep down the field. And a diving effort, but only right at the line of scrimmage. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
That's just me and you. That's just me and you. 49, check 49.
1st and 10, it's Patterson. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback. Undercut.
They're going to look to throw. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And he is going to lose yardage here. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, caught by London. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. Koo knocks this one through the post, and that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half. Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
52.
Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, it might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
Off play action. Fields dancing to his left. He hits Mooney going across the middle. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down. Now Fields. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney, 70 yards. And the Bears just continue to roll. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Looking to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Now here's Bradley Pinion now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Watch the run. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Time to go. Night. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. 54.
Fields. He gets this to Jones over the middle. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down,
They might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw here into the hands of Jones. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down. To throw is Fields. Escaping the pressure right. This is caught inside the 15. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, Fields. Flushed out right. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
Situation. Let's go. 45, 45, 45.
On 2nd and 10, Fields eluding the pressure right. Toward the sideline, that's taken in by Jones. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
45 is the mic. I'm scared. Check 45 is the mic. Check 45 is the mic. Let's switch. Hey, check mic 45. Check mic 45. All right. Let's go.
Fields on 3rd down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. A final shot before the break. Fields buying time to his left. And he is going to be out of bounds a couple of yards short of the marker. And they will fail to convert here on 4th down. So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Amir Smith-Marset now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Ready. 45. White. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now. 56 the mic. 56 is the mic.
He'll drop to throw. That's brought in downfield by London. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning Keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
And he's got some space here. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They won't throw the football.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. The sack by Robert Quinn.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front seven. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Well, that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And I mean, you're at the point here, third quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
Back to throw here. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bears sack. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And what could he possibly be thinking? He just took the fair catch at the 1-yard line. Major mistake.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
44,
From his own end zone, Fields. He'll swing that out wide to Jacobs. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Throwing again on second down. Fields. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. Now a first down throw. Fields rolling, and this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. First down, and they'll start with Algier. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
On 2nd and 9, Fields. He'll find Jones again, complete. 5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Here's Fields. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. One quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Throwing again is Fields. Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. Oh, wide open. Complete. Touchdown, Chicago. Daniel Bellinger, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears are closing in on a 14-0 record as they extend their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. From the end zone is Smith-Marset. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. Got London on the slant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
Here we go. 38. And the Falcons
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. This one left side caught by Patterson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Ready.
They'll look to throw. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown. Calvin Ridley, 61 yards. And the Falcons are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Koo, up and good, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now it's Fields. Being chased out left. Another pass complete to Bellinger. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Sends it to the sideline, and Mooney makes a catch. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Velus Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears extend their 4th quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing, and partner.
And it's intercepted. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than...
Under pressure, they got him again. Josh Allen in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year.
But when this game is done, the credit will go to the consistent pressure on the quarterback as a huge cause of this win. Most teams are happy if they get a few of these games per year. You know they're going to watch this tape over and over, try to identify what's working, and keep it going.
Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the third time. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And my goodness, CD, I mean, this defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball, but for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for them here in this ball game.
And what a great teaching tape for this defensive coordinator, right? When they go back and review this game, what does he always tell us that he preaches to his team? We're going to lead the league in effort. Well, they're doing that in this game as well as making big plays.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. There's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the fourth quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Gay is on for the point after. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again. And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Back to throw. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's fourth. Here's Bradley Pinion now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Bellinger hauls it in out left side. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one looks like he'll throw here. Forced out to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns. And it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, You and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
On 2nd and 10, Fields. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
And this will be caught by Mooney. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now here's Michael Dixon. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Xavier Howard. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much.
He's got a man complete. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. A huge play there for Chicago. 59 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Roquan Smith. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, it hasn't paid off for them.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Bears, they'll wind up picking up win.